Welcome to my channel. If you are new, you know what to do. Click the subscribe button to join the family. And for the rest of you, thank you so much for sticking around. Now, at this point, I need to get myself some lighting because I can't always record in the morning. And obviously it's winter, so I'm having to use light and it's not very clear. I don't know what the quality of this video is going to look like, but fingers crossed because I have to get this out next week and my weekend is super busy. I don't have any time at all, so this is the only time I have to record this video. So forgive me for the lighting, people. I hope you can see me, hope you can hear me, and let's just make this an exciting. So Lionheart, I'm pretty sure you've heard about it. I mean, when the movie came out, first off, when I heard that Netflix was buying it, I was like, whoa, way to go. I was so excited. So as soon as it came out, I think the day it came out, we watched it in my house. Okay, so obviously the cinematography, the production, everything was beautiful. You know, the thing that really got me about it though was how beautiful they made it look. Like, I've never been to Enugu, but just by watching that movie, I was like, please, where is plane? Let's go and visit this Enugu because this place looks so beautiful. I don't know where which areas they captured, but honestly, just from watching it, I was like, wow, this place is beautiful. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched this film, please just pause this video, go and watch it first before you come back here, because I'm going to be talking about my favorite bits in the movie. And spoiler, if you have not watched it, you don't want to watch this video because I'm going to be telling you what happened in the movie. So if you haven't watched the movie, watch it first. If you have watched the movie, let's talk. Y'all know it was well shot and all of that, but what I want to talk about in this video is talk about my best parts and wonder if anybody felt the same way, you know, as I felt while they were watching this part. The first bit was when the Agbero boys came to come and harass the company. They said, you haven't paid us. I don't really know what that was about, but you know, I just liked the way they all came fighting, like lock the windows, started the movie with drama. And Onyinye ran inside to call Adaeze. She's like, Mama, they're fighting. And then Genevieve came out and gave this speech, and the speech, she's like, are you not Nigerians? If you're Nigerians, act like a Nigerian, come back and we'll talk professionally. And I was like, yes, you know. However, we all know that realistically, there's no speech you want to give Agbero that will, you know, make them stop what they are doing. But it was just nice, you know, the way they the way they shot it. And I think why it really made me smile was because it brought back memories for me. Like, I lived in Port Harcourt and I remember working with people who are starting companies and having like the local government area boys come and, you know, say they want to lock the school, they want to shut it down, blah, blah. You've not paid us, you've not employed our community boys, blah, 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 and just flexing muscle. You know, so it just brought back those memories for me. And so to see it in the movie, I'm like, yeah, here we go. They're always there looking for something, you know. But I just like how she came and then she squashed it. And I think another thing too in that scene that really stood out for me was how the guy was saying, you just come back from America and think that you just do things anyhow, blah, 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 blah. When you're in Nigeria, act like a Nigerian, you know. And really, like, it just reminded me of like coming back and wanting to work in, you know, Nigerian business, and people were telling me, oh, they don't do it like that here. This is Nigeria, this is not the UK, blah, 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 blah. You know, it just reminded me of those things. So the fact that they could, depict that in the movie, I just find that communication completely hilarious. I don't understand why they go on and on about, oh, this is Nigeria, blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, so this is the Nigeria you want, the fighting, you know. So it was nice how Genevieve squashed it. That, okay, if you're Nigerian, behave like a Nigerian, be civilized, you know. We all know that in reality that probably would not pan out like that, but it was just nice the way they showed it in the movie. Okay. The other part that got me was when Chief Obiagu had the unfortunate incident at the office, and Adaeze had gone home to go and see him. While Adaeze was in the house, Obiora walks up to her and is like, I need you to talk to daddy for me now. Talk to daddy, tell him I need this money to shoot my video, blah, blah, blah. I just loved the relationship with the siblings. I just loved how they showed that, how he was begging his older sister to talk to daddy. And then the part that got me was when she now went into her dad's bedroom and he was laying in the bed, and then mom is like, talk to your daddy, tell him to rest. I'm like, it just shows the bond between her and her father, how everyone is asking her to do things. And I think my best part by far was after Obiora calls the mom out, and Adaeze is with her dad, and then she starts saying, what does Igwe Pascal want? And then dad's like, da, da, da. And mom kind of like says, wait, if I leave that girl with him, they're going to start talking work. And so she comes in and she's like, no, bia, 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 and she takes her out of the room. It just made me laugh. And Adaeze is like, no, I wasn't talking about work. Daddy, was I talking about work? I just loved, like, it just showed the family dynamics, and I just love how they portrayed that in the movie. That was one of my best parts as well. The highlight of the movie for me was when they were having the board meeting, and then Adaeze and, oh gosh, what's the other guy's name? Adaeze and Samuel were like sitting in anticipation, waiting for Chief to announce who was going to be taking his place. And he walks into the room. I think the best part for me was when he was there with his chewing stick, and then Samuel was like, oh, my name is Samuel, I'm the go-to guy if you need anything, blah blah. And then he's like, I'm impressed. I think for me it just showed, first of all, if you were expecting some kind of he's just so laid back and just so with twin stick, not the kind of person that you would expect to see coming to run the company. Do you know what I mean? So it just made me laugh. Now my fourth favorite part was when after that meeting, when the dad had announced his brother as the one who's going to be running the company in his absence, and then Adaeze goes home, rushes home. She's like, oh, I thought I was going to be the person as well. And then she rushes home to speak to her dad. I love how her mom just like stops her, your dad is resting, you know, and tries to advise her and everything. And then her uncle comes in and like, your uncle is just here to help. And he's like, help Aisha. Oh my goodness, typical Nigerian family. Honestly, like they just portrayed it really well. Anyway, and then he comes in and she's like telling him daddy is resting, and the mom looks at her like, are you mad? Don't ever come between brothers, you know. I just liked that they showed that even siblings, like there's a closeness with siblings that's not the same as a closeness with the child, and there's a closeness with the mother which is not the same as the closeness with the daughter. So even if all of them have this close relationship, they're like special bonds between each of them, and I just like how they depicted that in the movie. My best part, mainly because I'm a woman, was when she went to Arinze's house. I didn't like the part where Adaeze was playing on the piano and she joined in and was singing. I was like, that part was just too cheesy for me. That's the only part of the movie I didn't really enjoy. I was like, why did she have to sing? But I get where they were coming from to kind of show that there was history between them. But it was just too cheesy. I was cringing. But yeah. Anyway, but I liked the scene where Adaeze got up to go and get her a drink, and then she sat down. It was like a light bulb moment for her, and she's like, I'm not here for this. I'm not even if it means that I will go hungry, I'm not going to stay here and wait for this boy to come back. Only God knows what he's going to say. Are you tensed? Let me get you something to relax. Don't get me something to relax. Get out. I like how she came to her senses and she just left, because, you know, obviously from the business Adaeze does, you know that he's not good news, you know. Yeah. And I loved when she went looking for her uncle, and then she opens the door and kind of like saves his life in that moment without even knowing it. That was another of my best parts. I really enjoyed that scene. Now, my ultimate best scene in the movie was at the dining table where they were having family conversations. Oh my gosh, I think I can watch that scene over and over again. I think I loved the banter, I loved the back and forth, I loved how they kept going in on Obiora, asking him if this is what he wants to do with his life. I love his comeback when he told his dad that, oh, the music that you listen to, is it not Igbo? You know, that was the best comeback for me. I loved the gisting, the gossip, everything on the table. I just loved the banter. It felt so genuine, you know. It felt so genuine. I think for me, the best part was when Adaeze walked in and then the auntie's like, are you people not feeding her in this house? That's your typical Nigerian auntie. Like, I could imagine my auntie saying things like that to my mom. It brought back so many memories of like family time for us. I'm such a family person, so I love that this was like a family movie and it was a small family like my family. It just really made me smile. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. To top it off, it was Genevieve. I love Genevieve Naji. To me, she's the best Nigerian actor. That's my opinion. I've watched her since she came out how many years ago. I've watched every movie. I've followed her journey, and you know, to see her winning like this, like, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud to be Nigerian. I'm so proud to say, this is a movie that we've made. It's on Netflix. Go and watch it. It's Netflix original. Like, it just makes me so proud of what we've achieved. Because I remember Violated. I remember Diamond Ring. I remember, you know, all these movies that we watched back in the days that were shot, that the production was so good, and then all the other bad ones here and there, and you're like, come on, Nigerians, we can do better than this. We have so much talent, you know, and to see something like this come out of Nigeria. I'm not saying the movie is perfect. There was some bits that, you know, I was like, oh, they could have added a bit more there. They could have fleshed it out a bit here. But in all, I mean, even American movies, you know, movies all around the world, they're not perfect. They're still, you watch every movie and say, oh, they could have done that, they could have done this. But this was a good movie. It was a feel-good drama comedy. Less comedy, more drama, but all in all, I enjoyed watching it. I loved it. Everything about it. I will definitely be watching it again this weekend after I've come home to rest and editing this video. Hopefully this video will go out next week. You guys pray for me, y'all. My schedule this year is so hectic, but I am still going to release a video once a week, so pray for me. Anyway, again, so sorry about the lighting. This is not the best lighting. This is not my best video. It's not my best work. I apologize. Next video, I will try and make sure that I organize my time properly so that I'm doing it when there's light. I don't know why I'm apologizing too much. When people apologize like this on YouTube, I'm always like, come on, it's not that bad. Stop apologizing. But I think I understand where they're coming from, because you want to release good content, you want your videos to be of good quality. But if I'm talking about what somebody is putting out there, I should also be make sure that what I'm putting out there is of good quality. So forgive me, my apologies. And yeah, until next time, don't forget to spread love, spread positivity, and live to inspire. I will see you in my next video. Bye.